to the distinguished personalities of presidential table, Senator Marcos, to my fellow public servants. A lot of introductions are sometimes complicated. Like one advisor told me, to read 5 pages of resume to make sure they know who the speaker is. But I told them, our guest speaker is not applying for a job. It's a lot of challenges and opportunities in life. It is not many times of how many times you fall or how many times you rise, but it is the manner of how you rise up. As a public servant, he achieved himself as a distinguished and remarkable record as a lawmaker and government official. Presently, he chairs the Senate Committee on Local Governments and Committee on Public Works and member of the several committees. My friends, ladies and gentlemen, mine is the honor and privilege to present to you our guest of honor and speaker, the Honorable Senator of the Republic of the Philippines. Namnama tayo amin ti Kailukan niya, Honorable Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Francisco Kik Ortega, the PBML Secgen. Alam nyo, kung minsan, pagka ikaw ang guest speaker, lagi mong inaalala kapag tumatayo na yung mag-introduce, inaalala mo baka mas mahaba yung speech na ng introduction kaysa sa yung speech mo. But with Kit, siguro wala tayong problema. And I think he understands that we have been around and we have been working long enough together that perhaps these extended introductions are necessary, both for my side and on your side. I would like to also greet the Honorable Mirna M. Rumarate, the PBMLP National President, Yusek Purnay, si Yusek madalas sa yung mga lahat ng hearing namin sa local government. Laging nandyan si Yusek Purnay. He is always representing part of the representatives from the executive. I would also like to mention the newly elected regional chairman and officers of PBMLP. We will be swearing them in later on. The other members, the officers from the DILG, at siguro dito sa grupong ito masyadong close ang ibang mga bukal sa kanilang presiding officer. Sinama na rito mga presiding officer. Andito si Vice Governor Lise of La Union. Nandito rin Vice Governor Fausto of Cagayan. And all the way from Albay, Vice Governor Imperial has also come to join us. Welcome to Region 1. Members of the Provincial Board, Members League of the Philippines, CAR, Regions 1 and 2, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, good evening. It is an honor and a privilege for me, your fellow Ilocano, to be with you this evening. I understand that this is not only your 2013 Assembly, but you have actually held elections for your officers. Before I proceed, therefore, let me extend my warmest congratulations to the newly elected officers of your group. I am sure that their election will bring forth more new ideas and more new energy to the organization. I am doubly happy because you have chosen the city of Baguio for your 2013 Assembly, which speaks well of your desire to remain cool, despite the fast-growing heat arising from the political imbroglio in Metro Manila, which is now developing, which has taken on an unexpected life of its own. Kaya ako'y nagpapasalamat sa inyo na binigyan niyo ako ng dahilan na umalis doon sa Maynila. Napakainit na ng usapan at nagbabatuhan na ng kung ano-anong mga accusations sa magkakabilang panig at mag-relax muna rito sa Baguio kasama ng ating mga kaibigan. Let me commend the city of Baguio and of course my closest regions, CAR, Region 1 and Region 2, for its continued growth and accelerated development despite the calamities that have hit our part of the country. This unprecedented phenomenon is a well-deserved recognition of the achievements of the leadership qualities of the provinces in our 3 regions as a whole, which of course includes all of you. As duly elected local government officials, your mandate, let me stress, is for a more responsive and accountable local government structure instituted through a system of decentralization. This is the root of our system of local government. This mandate grants you as local government officials, specifically as provincial board members, tremendous powers and awesome responsibilities that come with them. Through the system of decentralization, you are provided with the exercise of inherent powers granted to the state and the national government, such as police power, the power of taxation, and the power of eminent domain. These expanded powers are granted to local government units as a means to ensure that respective local officials are held primarily responsible for their area's security, social service, and economic development. Implied in that is your primordial duty to help establish an environment of leadership that is dynamic and responsive to the challenges of today's call for political reform and equally importantly, for political maturity. Let me call your attention to these expanded duties and responsibilities which as local representatives, you are expected not only to legislate, but more to ensure that you fulfill your functions with full transparency and unquestionable accountability. The scandals that we have been hearing about, wherein all kinds of accusations have been thrown back and forth from different camps, is an indication of the desire of our people for transparency from all of us in government. It is a much deserved transparency that we must give to our people, because as we all know, it is the money of the people that is left to us to dispose, and that is why that has become such an important issue in the life of all that has been revealed. These duties and responsibilities that are concomitant with your mandate came about as a result of devolution. It is clear, my legislator friends, that like us in Congress, both the House and the Senate, your duties as local government officials can only be discharged by enacting into laws, or in your case, into ordinances, policies and programs for your respective constituencies. The executive, after all, cannot act without our legislation. You are the ones who know your respective problems, and it is therefore expected of you that after careful study and analysis, it is also you who will provide the present solutions. This, again, is the underpinning of the local government code and the principle of devolution. It is the understanding that the experts for each of the areas, each of the LGUs, are those the leaders of the leadership of the LGUs themselves who come from those LGUs, because no one coming from Manila or from somewhere else can possibly come to your place and say, eto ang mga problema ninyo, eto ang mga dapat gawin ninyo. Kailangan manggagaling sa inyo. And it is, although you are termed as technically legislators, you also create policy, because you create policy at the local government level. And again, it is expected that having given to you these powers by virtue of devolution and by virtue of the local government code, that you also are there to provide the solutions. Thus, the colatilia in aid of legislation on your level and in your respective provinces. You therefore serve as legislative vanguards of your respective provincial governments. But even as you are mandated to develop plans and programs, you are also granted by the Constitution the inherent power of taxation, a vital power which you must exercise wisely. This is one of the biggest challenges to you as local legislators, the power of the purse. You create your own sources of revenues in order for you to utilize what is raised for the benefit of our constituencies. You are expected to balance revenues with expenditures, and whatever is earned is properly spent, with a great deal of emphasis on properly spent. This fiscal responsibility demands your full transparency and unprecedented integrity. We as public officials and as public servants, are going to be, in the future, I forecast, will be held under a microscope in all our dealings. We have already been held under a microscope, but I think that the intensity and the number of people who will be watching has increased. That is only to the good. That is only to the good, because the proper function of our duties is the most important thing that we can aspire for, and that can only help. All taxes, levies, fees, and charges raised must go back to our constituencies, whether in the form of economic development or social services, not to mention also peace and order and security. My friends, it is said that legislative bodies represent the hopes, the dreams, and the desires of our constituencies, including some of the frustrations that go with public service. More than the executive, legislative bodies like yours in the province represent diversity of interests, therefore making different concerns at times conflicting. This, to my mind, is actually the beauty of legislative bodies, where needs, concerns, and views are fully debated and clarified. Provincial legislators such as you represent the people. It is where the voice of the people is heard through you and fully articulated. But I would like to believe that despite conflicting views, despite diverse concerns, when votes are taken, it is all in the common interest of your province and your region, or in our case, in the Senate, our nation, that will ultimately prevail. It is for this very important reason that you have to be vigilant and proactive in instituting bold reforms on the political front that will lead to a more effective and efficient implementation of all your provincial programs and projects, resulting in true nation building. I use that phrase, nation building, because I have noticed when I was a boy, and I would listen to my father, both when he spoke in public and both when he was in private meetings. Lagi ko na lang naririnig yung salitang yan. Ang ginagawa natin, what we are doing here is we are in the process of nation building. At nakikita naman ninyo yung polisiya ng panahon ng aking ama ay lahat ay para pagandahin ang Pilipinas, para pagandahin ang sistema, para patibayin ang ekonomiya, at hindi lamang puro pagpupolitika. At since I have returned from the United States in 1991, I have not heard that phrase, nation building, from any of our national leaders in all the years that I have been here. And it is for me a very disappointing development. Because what, after all, are we here for, if not to help build this nation? That is the part that we play. We are public servants. We provide services to the people. But even in that regard, we provide services. We want to improve the provision of services, and in doing that, we build our nation and make it stronger, make our people happier, make our nation safer, and with greater respect in the community of nations in the world. So that whatever individual, district, local, or national interests are brought into the legislative arena, let us always bear in mind that here we are all working towards one goal, the betterment of our people and our nation. That is something that we have to always remind ourselves. Despite the fact that we have elections coming up again after just finishing our national and local elections, meron na naman tayong barangay elections, ay dapat alalahanin na huwag natin kakalimutan. Kahit tayo ay nakababad sa pamumulitika, at ito naman ay bahagi ng ating buhay bilang public servant, ay Kailangan natin laging inaalala, lahat naman ito ay hindi para sa sarili ko, para ako'y sumikat, para tumaas ako sa ng posisyon. Kung hindi, lahat ito ay ginagawa para tulungan ang taong bayan, para pagandahin ang ating bansa. So my fellow Ilocano leaders, let this significant event be an avenue for you to exchange ideas and formulate plans towards the improvement of your leadership skills. For reform should commence from within and among ourselves. Foremost, you have to be worthy of the electorate's confidence at all times, and this means that you are obliged by the people of CAR, Region 1, Region 2, and to energetically perform your tasks according to what is expected of you and what is right and what is just. So that by being good leaders, you become a reflection of your province and ultimately leaders who are truly by the people and for the people. This is our call. As you begin your term as provincial board members of CAR Region 1 and Region 2, it is now your duty once again and responsibility to respond not only to the call for political reform amidst the growing complexities of our socio-political system, but more importantly, to effectively fulfill your leadership role as agents of reform, of change, both political, moral, in your position as local government leaders. So much is expected of you. So much is expected of all of us. Diyos Diagdina, kadakayamin, and my sincerest congratulations once again to the newly elected officers of the CAR, Region 1 and Region 2 Provincial Board Members League Philippines. Thank you and good evening.
CAR Chairman, Honorable Raul P. Sison, PBML CAR Chairman. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to our keynote speaker, Honorable Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marquez Jr.
Dear friends, we now move on to the oath taking of the newly elected regional officers.
With all the newly elected officers, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, your name, having been elected as your position of the Provincial Board Members League of the Philippines, your region, do solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my position, that I will dedicate myself to attain the goals and objectives of my league, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines, defend its constitution, defend the law, and follow the lawful orders of its duly constituted authorities, that I impose upon myself this obligation voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our new set of officers of the PBMLP Region 1. Once again, let us give them a big hand.
Genuine commitment, dedication, and support in the implementation of the policies and programs of the provincial governments of Pangasinan in the achievement of peace, progress, and prosperity. Given this 27th day of September 2013 at the Manor Camp Chadley, Baguio City, during the fellowship program of the Provincial Board Members League of the Philippines, signed Honorable Francisco Kid Ortega Jr., PBMLP Secretary General, Region 1, Honorable Razon Guray, Regional Director, DILG Region 1, and Honorable Raul P. Siso, PBMLP Regional Chairman, Region 1.
So in behalf of Board Member Elena Lupta, we have Board Member Portia Pamela Salenda to receive the plaque. Next, we have the Honorable Mariano Marcos II, former Sangguniang Panlalawigan member, Province of Ilocos Norte. Okay. To receive in behalf of Honorable Mariano Marcos, we have the Senator to receive the plaque of recognition. Okay, this time we move on to our next three-termer. We have Honorable Orlino Tesoro, former Sangguniang Panlalawigan member, Province of Ilocos Sur. And to receive in behalf, we have the Honorable Robert Tugayan of Ilocos Sur. Also from Ilocos Sur, we have Honorable Ronnie Rapanut, also a three-term board member. Again, from Ilocos Sur, we have Honorable Jose Bonuan Jr. So we have three termers from the province of Ilocos Sur. Next, we move on to the province of La Union. We have Honorable Jose Maria Ortega, former Sangguniang Panlalawigan member, province of La Union, a three-termer provincial board member. Also from the province of La Union, we have Honorable Rolando Rivera. And in behalf of Honorable Rivera, we have Board Member Villarmin Torres to receive the plaque of recognition. Also from La Union, we have Honorable Henry Balbin. Again, to receive in behalf of Honorable Henry Balbin, we have Board Member Villarmin Flores. At this time, we move on to the province of Pangasinan. For the province of Pangasinan, we have Honorable Bongbong Mendoza. Okay, we have with us tonight Honorable Bongbong Mendoza from the province of Pangasinan. This time, we call a double three-termer provincial board member from the province of Pangasinan.
Provincial Board Members PBML Region 1, plaque of appreciation is hereby presented to Honorable Angel G. Beniguez Sr., Provincial Board Member, 3rd District Province of Pangasinan, for having elected and served as Provincial Board Member for double three terms from 1992 to 2001 and 2004 to 2013, and sincere acknowledgement of your remarkable contribution in promoting and uplifting the well-being of your constituents by sponsoring resolutions and ordinances for the benefits and general welfare of your genuine commitment and dedication and support in the implementation of the policies and programs of the provincial government of Pangasinan in the achievement of peace, progress, and prosperity. Given this 27th day of September 2013 in the Manor, Kamchan, Baguio City, during the fellowship program of the Provincial Board Members League of the Philippines, signed Honorable Francisco P. Ortega Jr., Honorable Corazon Gulay, and Honorable Raul P. Sison. Once again, a big round of applause for Double 3-termer Provincial Board Member Honorable Angel G. Beniguez Sr.
Congratulations to our 3-termer board members and our double 3-termer board member. Okay, this time we move on to the Cordillera Administrative Region. This time we'd like to call Honorable Frederick Amid and Director John Castaneda of DILG to join our presenters.
Republic of the Philippines Department of Interior and Local Government, Cordillera Administrative Region, and Provincial Board Members League of the Philippines, Cordillera Administrative Region. Award the Certificate of Appreciation to Honorable Juan Nazaro Jr., Sangguniang Panlalawigan Member, Province of Benguet, in recognition of his active and dedicated service to the Province of Benguet as board member for 3 consecutive terms from 2004 to 2013 and consistently in good standing as member of the PBML COR, given this 27th day of September 2014 at the Manor Hotel, Kamchan, Baguio City, signed Frederick C. Amid, Regional Chairman, PBML COR, John M. Castaneda, Regional Director, GILG COR. Next, we have Honorable Apolinario Camson. Any representative of PBML COR to receive the plaque of appreciation.
This time we have Honorable Joseph Oden, our 3-termer board member from Ifugao. Any representative from Ifugao? Thank you so much. Next we have Honorable Robert Humiwan, also of Ifugao. And last but not the least, Honorable Edgardo G. Flores of Abra. Do we have any representative from Abra? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our 3 termers from the Cordillera Administrative Region. Once again, let us all give them a big hand. And to our presenters, thank you so much.